Good morning, students. Welcome to the class. Today I'm gonna discuss the chapter 7. And, actually, it is the revision class. I think this chapter was not in your previous syllabus. So I at first I just want to revise it, and this is also an important chapter because one question you can get in your exam from this chapter, and also two or three MCQ questions can be exam you can be present in the exam. So let's continue the chapter. I want to finish it quickly. The chapter is industries of Bangladesh. You know, all the industries like small, cottage, and medium industries. Those are included. The all the information related those industries are included in this chapter. At first, what is industry? You know that industry is the means of production, or it is the manufacturing part of the business. It is the manufacturing part of the business. I think you can remember clearly in the information about industry, which is stated in your chapter 1, that there were four or five industries like genetic industries, manufacturing industries, service industries, extraction industries. So industries can be different type of industries are present in this country, or you can say that in the business sector. So in here, at first you can see the example, Nafi's elder uncle is an engineer in a cement factory at Chatok. During the vacation, Nafis along with his parents and cousins went to visit his uncle. Then uncle took him with his other cousins to show how the cement is prepared. Nafis noticed the piles of stones there. His uncle informed that numerous numbers of stones are coming from India every day. These stones are the raw materials for making cement. That is the information. That is the important information for your exam. That what is the raw material for cement? The stone is the raw materials for making cement. So that is the only information you can get from this example. And this is important MCQ for your exam, because it is very much popular. It is very much common in different type of different school, college exam, different board exam. So what is the raw material for cement making? Raw material is stone. Then classification of industry, you know that there are industry is the mainly process of converting the raw materials into the final goods to deliver. That means it is you are using the heavy you are using capital, machineries, others materials to turning these raw materials into the final goods or finished goods, so that you can deliver it to the consumers. So industry is the industry is a changing process, turning the process or converting process of raw materials into the secondary or finished goods. Secondary goods means, that means you are using, so the secondary goods are used in a production again, so that's why it is called secondary goods. And also industry is helps to make the finished goods. So that is the industry. There are, according to the industrial act, or industrial policy, national industrial policy 2010, there are two types of, basically, or you can say in a broader sense, there are two type of industry. One is manufacturing industry, and second is service industry. That means if you, in general, there are two types of industry, or you can find out the point, like according to the industrial policy, national industrial policy 2010, how many types are there in the industry. There are two types of industry: manufacturing industry and service industry. Manufacturing industry means you are, when you are turning the goods into turning the raw materials into finished goods by using different type of machineries, raw materials, labor, technology. That is called the manufacturing industry. That means production, processing, addition, and later refinement and processing of produced goods all are included in the manufacturing industry. That means yeah, here you can see that the all the production process is belongs does belong to the manufacturing industry. That means you are using raw materials, labor, technology, machineries, and other materials to make the goods, make the raw materials into finished goods. So example, garments industry, sugar industry, jute and jute products industry, fertilizer industry, cement industry, leather industry, shipbuilding industry, rail and engineering industry, all are examples of manufacturing industry. And service industry is the using the machineries, fixed assets, or intellectual properties. The service related activities are provided by the industries are included in the service industries. In case this service, in the sector of service industry, there is also there is also you are using the machineries, fixed assets, intellectual properties, but those are used for the delivering the service. Those are used for the deliver your service products, or service you can say. So that is the service industry. That means when you repairing something, when you in the hospital or clinic, when you deliver the service, when you are giving the treatment to the patient, then repairing, automobile servicing, where you can fix up the damaged automobile. Then entertainment industry, you can say fishing industry, construction and housing industry, poultry rearing and marketing industry, milk and poultry, flower cultivation and marketing, floriculture, tourism, transportation, communication. Those are the service industry. Here these are the industry where you can use machineries, you can fix asset, but in the end of the day, you are delivering the service to the consumers. So that's why it is called the service industry. That means it is not in here in this industry, it is not turning the raw materials into finished goods. So that's why it is called service industry. In manufacturing industry, you can use machineries, labor, technology. By using those things, you are turning the raw materials into finished good. But service industry, you are giving the service, you are delivering the service by using those assets, those machineries, those intellectual properties. So that is called service industry. So in broader sense, or according to the National Industrial Act, you can say there are two types of industry: manufacturing and service industry. And on the basis of investment, these manufacturing industry and service industry can be divided into four types, like cottage industry, small industry, medium industry, and large industry. In this chapter, mainly the most important information are the number of capital, amount of capital which is needed for the cottage industry or medium or large industry or small industry, then number of labor. These are the most important information for this chapter. To which industries can be called as cottage industry? When cottage industry, mainly family based industry, and the capital is not more than 5 lakh taka, and manpower just maximum 10, and including family members. That means all the family members are included in the labor in the cottage industry. So that's why, like for family, since it is the family based business, like husband, wife, son, daughter, brother, sister, both, all the members of the family are just they joined to the industry and try to produce cottage industry goods or products. So they are mainly engaged in the full time or part time job, part time basis. They are engaged in the job for full time or part time basis. So cottage industry is family based industry. The capital amount is not more than 5 lakh taka, and labor is maximum 10, and all the family members are included in the cottage industry. They are engaged in part time or full time basis. Suitable areas for cottage industry, there are different suitable areas: jute based industry, bamboo cane industry, pottery, weaving and garments industry, food and supporting industry, handicrafts industry. Those are the suitable areas or examples of cottage industry. Shell industry, small steel and engineering industry, small size chemical and pharmaceutical industry, like where you can produce oil, perfume, rose water, agarbatti, candle, soap, phenyl. Those are the mainly those are the simple products, or like you can produce in a small size in this chemical and pharmaceutical industry. So you have to just careful about the capital amount and the number of labor. Then you will easily identify the what type of industry it is. Then small industry, small, medium and large, these industries are can be divided in two parts: manufacturing section and service sector. In manufacturing, if you think about the manufacturing sector, or according to the manufacturing concern, the installation cost, or you can say the capital amount, is 50 lakh to 10 crore taka. Okay, and the number of labor is 25 to 99. In small industry, small manufacturing industry, the capital amount is 50 lakh to 10 crore taka, and labor is 25 to 99. That is called the small industry. These numbers are very much important, so you have to remember these numbers, this amount, this labor number. And in case of service industry, small industries capital is 5 lakh to 1 crore, and number of worker is 10 to 25. So we can see in manufacturing, small industry 50 lakh to 10 crore, where in service it is 5 lakh to 1 crore, and number of labor in manufacturing sector 25 to 99, but in service sector it is 10 to 25. Medium industry, in terms of manufacturing concern, medium industry's capital is taka 10 crore to 30 crore. That means we saw that in small industry manufacturing sector, capital amount was 50 lakh to 10 crore. So after 10 crore, it is in medium industry, manufacturing medium industry, the capital amount is 10 crore to 30 crore. Okay, and the number of labor is 100 to 250. So that is the manufacturing medium industry. But in case of service industry, the service medium industry, the capital amount is 1 crore to 15 crore, and number of worker is 50 to 100. Hundred to 250 and 50 to 100. That is the number. In medium industry, manufacturing medium industry, the capital is 10 crore to 30 crore, and number of worker is 100 to 250. And service medium industry, capital amount is 1 crore to 15 crore, and worker is 50 to 100. And suitable place for small and medium sized industry, that means suitable areas or example, you can say food and food based products, garments, jute and jute products, forest industry, printing and publishing industry, leather and rubber industry, small steel and engineering industry, chemical and pharmaceutical industry, glass and ceramic industry, cold storage. So these are the suitable areas for small and medium industries. Problems of small and medium industries in the context of Bangladesh. Problems, though that means here the problems are traditional concepts, want of raw materials, want of financial support, availability of huge foreign goods in the local market, poor transport system, lack of support to enter into local and international market, poor infrastructural support from the government. So these are the problems for small and medium industries in the context of Bangladesh. That means all the things that all the our perspective or our thinking, our idea about the business, it is not good at present day, it is not good. Still it is not good because government cannot since they are trying to support the business sector, but it is not very much popular in our context of Bangladesh. Still, people of Bangladesh prefer job, salary based job, monthly based job, monthly salary based job. So business sector is not very much improved, very much developed in today's day, but there are still problem traditional concept. This is the traditional concept, the business is not good for people. Business, the people who are lack of qualities, they are engaged in business. So that is the traditional concept. Want of raw materials, want of financial support, availability of huge foreign goods in the local market. We are depending on the foreign goods. The Chinese product is spreading all over the market in our country. Poor transport system, lack of support to enter into the foreign market, and infrastructure development is not very much good for our country. So that is the problems. Contribution of cottage, small and medium industries to the economy of Bangladesh. Obviously there are very much contribution because it is generating an employment opportunity, very much huge employment opportunities. It motivates, influences the rural people in the self employment. It is alleviate the poverty. Then it is industry sector, it strengthen the industry sector of the Bangladesh, spreading out our history, our traditional tradition of the country to the foreign world. So that is the contribution, that these are the contribution. Basically it is helping the economical development of the country. So these cottage industry products are very much popular in the foreign or in the abroad. So this brings the it is presenting our tradition, it is presenting our culture to the foreign country, so foreign people. So it is very much important for our, they know about our country, they know the name of the country. They so that is the achievement, that is the contribution of small, medium and cottage industries. Here you can see an important MCQ. Almost 96% of the industries of the country are included in cottage, small and medium size industry. Just follow the cursor point. You can see 96% of the industries of the country are included in cottage, small and medium size industry. It is very much important MCQ. Yeah, very much important. What percentage of industries are included in cottage, small and medium industry? It is a common MCQ. So answer is 96%. Things to do for the development of the cottage, small and medium industry. What steps should be taken to development of the cottage industry, small industry, medium industry? To ensure the certainty of availability of raw material, that means ensuring the availability of raw materials, market proximity, sufficient supply of labor, transportation facility, infrastructural development should be necessary. Emphasis on local and foreign both demands, availability of capital, government facilities. So these are the steps, these are the process, you can say these are the activities should be taken for the development of the small, cottage and medium industry. So these are the points. Availability of raw materials. These types of industry flower is based on the availability of raw materials in the locality. So raw materials, providing raw materials, government assistance is necessary. Market proximity. Raw materials availability also dependent on the market. There will be rapid development of this type of industry. That means where is market is market demand is high, then this industry should be placed there. And that means market availability or market is necessary. Market means consumer. Sufficient supply of labor is also necessary, because it is very much labor intensive industry. Small and medium industries are very much labor intensive industry. They called labor intensive industry, and that's why because they generate the very much high employment opportunities. They are giving job to huge amount of unemployed youth. So that's why small and medium industries are mainly labor based industries or labor intensive industries. What is small and medium industry? Actually not the cottage industry. The small and medium sized industries are mainly labor based industry. Transportation facilities should be improve, cause without transportation you cannot get the raw materials easily, or you cannot deliver the products consume to the market or consumers easily. So that's why transportation facility should be improved. Emphasis on local and foreign both demands. Availability of capital is necessary. Government facilities in infrastructure development or other context, the government facilities is necessary. Government can provide tax rebate. They can give the different type of advices. They can provide the capital facilities. So these are the government facilities. Large industry, in large manufacturing industry, the capital amount is taka 30 crore and more. That means 30 crore plus, and number of labor is 250 plus. And service large industry, taka 50 crore plus 15 crore, not 30 crore, not 50 crore, it is 15 crore plus, and the labor is 100 plus. So that is the large industry. The fertilizer industry, cement industry, paper industry, electricity, garments, steel, engineering, these are the example of large industries. Importance of large industries in the socio-economic context of Bangladesh. Large industry is very much important for our context, because it is providing the employment opportunities. Then it is increasing the profit. When profit is increasing, large industries are established, and profit is increasing, and also the tax amount is increasing, and using those tax amount, government can do the better development of the country. And all the sectors, industrial sectors, industrial sectors can be strong enough by the help of the large industries. So it is play a vital role in our country. Mainly, basically, it is providing the employment opportunities, very much higher employment opportunities. It is mainly generating the employment opportunity. It influences the unemployed people, and also it is the profit is where there is more profit, there is more tax, and tax also helps to developing the country. Developed and underdeveloped area. Bangladesh is underdeveloped in industry because there are some problems still in our context of the country. So there are firstly underdeveloped socio-economic infrastructure. What I told you, that roads and highways, lack of electricity and gas, lack of good transport communication system is very much poor, lack of technical knowledge and efficient labor, conflict between labor and owner, labor unrest. Those are the reasons for underdevelopment of the industrialization. And all the areas are not developed in equally. So you can see the chart where in Dhaka, developed area, which are developed and which are not developed, that is the list. In Dhaka, the developed districts are Dhaka, Narayanganj, Narsingdi and Gazipur. Underdeveloped districts are Jamalpur, Sherpur, Netrokona, Kishoreganj, Mymensingh. So you can read out the chart. So basically the main information of this chapter is the name of the industries, the labor, number of labor, the amount of capital. Those are the important very much. Definition of those industries. So that is the main point, main theme of this chapter. When was the last national industrial policy declared? 2010. Which of the following is small industry? Small industry, 5 lakh to fixed asset capital is 5 lakh to taka 1 crore. In small industry, 5 lakh to taka 1 crore. This is the service based small industry. Here you can see 5 lakh to 1 crore. So then Mr. Sadiq makes various kinds of showpiece with mud with the help of his family members and sells those in his shop, earns profit. The members of Mr. Sadiq have also been encouraged to form this type of industry, that is cottage industry, because family members are included. Mr. Sadiq contributes to the economy, national economy, employment generation, enhancement of standard of living to preserve the tradition of the country. All three are right. And the CQ question: Rashik established an industry of jute and jute goods with an investment of Taka 11 crore at Fulpur village in Mamansingh district in Dhaka division, which is a famous place for jute cultivation. His friend Rafi established the same industry with the same investment in Rajshahi, where sugarcane is grown amply. After a certain period of time, Rashik's company made more profit. That means Rashik took the good decision, but where Rafi is not unable, Rafi wasn't able to take the right decision. So that's why that is the difference between Rashik and Rafi. How many types of industry are there in broader sense? There are two types of industry: manufacturing and service. What do you understand by service industry? It is clearly mentioning in your chapter. Then what is the type of Mr. Rashik's industry considering investment? Rashik's industry is Rashik established an industry of jute and jute goods with an investment of Taka 11 crore. That means it is medium industry. 50 lakh to 10 crore, 5 lakh to 1 crore, but it is 11 crore. That's why it is called medium industry. So you will explain the medium industry and relate it to the STEM. That is the answer. And analyze the reasons for Rashik's industries making more profit. Why Rashik making more profit? Because Rashik Rashik took the took the right decision, because he chose the right place for the production. Yeah, his business is jute and jute goods, mainly established in the Fulpur village in Mamansingh district, where this place is very much popular for the jute cultivation, and Rashik in this place established his jute and jute goods factory. That's why selecting the suitable place, selecting the right decision, selecting the right product, those are the points, those are the reasons. That's why Rashik industry is making more profit. Then number 2, considering the continuous demand for electricity, Ms. Jarin Tasnim set up a windmill for producing electricity at Cox's Bazar, taking permission from the government. She supplied the electricity produced from using the sea wind to different places. Her investment in this industry is more than Taka 3 crore. That means that is the service based medium industry, because when you producing electricity and it is delivering to the people of the country, that means it is the service based industry. How many types of industry are there on the basis of investment? There are 4 types of industry. What do you understand by cottage industry? You will find it in the chapter. What is the type of Ms. Jarin's industry? It is the service based medium industry. Then the economy of the country shall be progressive with the help of Ms. Jarin's industry. Obviously, the Jarin's industry can help the economy of the country, because it producing electricity and delivering it to the locality, to the people of the country. It will using those electricity, all the factories, all the office can be done properly, the living standard of people can be developed. So these are the point you just write down in your copy. So that's why we can easily say that Ms. Jarin's industry can help the economy of the country. Production will be increased with the using of electricity. When production is increasing, that means it is the demand and production increasing, supply also increase. It is creating the employment opportunities. It delivering the electricity to the local people, that is increasing the standard of living. That when production is increases, that means profit generation is high also, and tax is paying, more tax is paying to the government, and using those tax, government can help the development of the economical sector, all the sector of the country. So that's why we can say it is helping the economy of the country. So that is the chapter, that is the revisional chapter. I hope you won't face any problem, because these are already you studied before, but I am just revision. It's my duty to revise it, and also if you face any problem, then contact with me. I will help you with cordially. So that's all for today. Take care.